So religion in Japan 101. Japan is not a very religious country, which may seem surprising when you see so much religious themes in current culture and day-to-day life. Still, the two most common religions in Japan are Shintoism, which is Japan's indigenous religion, and Buddhism, which was brought over from China afterwards. But the fact remains that over 51% of Japanese people are not religious at all, which is much more than America, where only 29% of adults identify as religiously unaffiliated. And out of those, only 3.7% identify as actually atheist. Back to Japan, however, the country still has many extremely popular Shinto and Buddhist practices, and this is where it all gets kind of confusing, because approximately 79% of the Japanese population practice Shintoism, and 66% practice Buddhism. However, these practices are often seen as cultural activities that strengthen and benefit the community, as opposed to a spiritual belief in a deity or deities. And now you might be saying, Wes, you are awful at math. That all adds up to 196%. And while you are correct, this makes sense because many Japanese people practice both religions simultaneously, while also not believing in a god. In fact, Shintoism and Buddhism have coexisted in Japan peacefully for over 1,000 years. Many shrines and temples will have elements of both religions within them, which I think is very cool. Like, for example, many Japanese people will visit Shinto shrines to pray for a good year on New Year's with family or friends, and most Japanese funerals are carried out according to Buddhist rituals. And many people visit shrines or temples to pray for good luck on a test or in their romantic lives, or to get over a heartbreak. There can be psychological and communal strength and empowerment in these things, even if you don't believe it's something supernatural. Maybe a little bit like how about 96% of Americans celebrate Christmas, even though only 64% of adults in America identify as Christian. There's definitely value in the celebration and showing appreciation for your friends and family. And this leads into, well, what about other religions? Christianity, Islam, Judaism, and Hinduism are also practiced in Japan. However, all of these groups together make up less than 1% of the population. But they are there, and you can find places to worship what you do in Japan. Finally, a quick definition of Shintoism and Buddhism. Shintoism is the belief that there are gods in everything, and has a heavy emphasis on the natural elements of earth. And Japanese Buddhism usually focuses on making your own positive karma and rebirth, as well as the positives of finding joy in the non-material. I could easily do videos more in depth on both of those, but for now I hope that all makes sense.